Welcome back to Gist TV, where the gist never sleeps and everything drops hot, raw, and real. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out on the most sizzling celebrity tea in town, so hit that subscribe button right now because what's coming your way will leave you speechless. Now let's dive deep into the hottest story setting the internet ablaze, Bryan Okwara calling Sonia Uche, a woman who lights up any room, during a press junket, and trust me, the internet hasn't recovered since that moment. It all started as just another fine day in Nollywood's glittering world of lights, cameras, and charm. Bryan Okwara, the ever-dapper actor with that smile that melts hearts, sat down during a media session meant to promote his upcoming movie. But little did anyone know that within a few seconds, a single compliment would throw social media into chaos. The man didn't just talk, he dropped a line that sounded more like poetry than casual conversation. In the middle of praising his co-stars, his voice softened, his eyes found the camera, and he said with a smirk that carried weight, "Sonia Uche, she's a woman who lights up any room." Boom. That one sentence became an earthquake across the internet. Before producers could even edit the clip, someone from the press leaked that exact line online, and in less than an hour, it spread like wildfire. Twitter went mad, Instagram caught fire, TikTok was flooded, and YouTube channels began breaking down every second of the clip like detectives hunting for hidden emotion. Everyone wanted to know, was that just admiration, or was Bryan finally letting something slip about how he truly feels about Sonia? Because the tone of that statement, the way his eyes glowed when he said it, didn't sound like just work talk. It sounded personal, like a man describing someone who's not just beautiful but unforgettable. Fans didn't just react, they exploded. Within hours, hashtag Bryan and Sonia and hashtag She Lights Up Any Room began trending in over 3 countries. Thousands of users flooded timelines with edits, memes, and slow-motion clips. One fan wrote, "The way Bryan smiled after saying that. You can't fake that kind of emotion." Another posted, "You don't say someone lights up a room unless she lights up your heart too." The internet became a sea of speculation, and everyone had something to say. People started pulling out old interviews, analyzing every time Bryan and Sonia were seen together, every glance, every laugh they'd shared on movie sets, and every award night photo where their chemistry seemed almost electric. Someone dug up an old interview from last year where Bryan described his ideal woman as someone whose presence feels like warmth, peace, and sunshine. Fans immediately linked that to this new compliment. "He's been talking about her since," one user tweeted. Another replied, "We just didn't realize Sonia was the muse behind all those words." The narrative was building fast, too fast, and neither Bryan nor Sonia had said a single word to stop it. The press junket was supposed to focus on their new romantic drama film, but now all anyone cared about was whether the romance had spilled off screen. Even the interviewer looked visibly shocked when Bryan dropped that line. You could almost feel the pause, the awkward but exciting tension in the room. It wasn't a rehearsed moment, it felt too raw, too real. And that's what made it viral. By evening, gossip pages had taken over the conversation. Every major entertainment blog had headlines screaming things like, "Bryan Okwara confesses his love," or "Sonia Uche, the woman who lights up his world." Videos racked up millions of views within hours, and the comment sections were pure chaos. "He's gone, she's got him wrapped," one fan said. "Sonia's aura is too powerful, no wonder Bryan lost composure." Another added, "That was not just admiration, that was emotion unfiltered." Meanwhile, Sonia Uche remained calm and unbothered as usual. She posted a stunning picture in a white outfit the next morning, no caption, no explanation. That silence was all it took to set social media ablaze again. Her fans flooded the comments, writing, "This is the woman that lights up the room," and Bryan wasn't lying. Every pose, every smile, every word she didn't say became part of the mystery. People claimed she was indirectly replying to Bryan without speaking, letting her presence do the talking. It didn't help that Bryan liked that same post less than 30 minutes after it dropped. Screenshots flew across platforms like fireworks. He liked the post. "Oh, it's confirmed," screamed one fan on Twitter. "He's down bad," said another. Others argued maybe it was all for publicity, that the chemistry was just for promotion. But no one could deny, the energy felt real. Even industry insiders began whispering that Bryan's admiration for Sonia had always been deeper than professional respect. One anonymous film crew member allegedly told a gossip site, "The way he looks at her on set, you can tell there's genuine affection there." That one line from the supposed insider only made things worse, or better, depending on which side of the gist you're on. By now, the fans had gone full detective mode. Edits of their behind-the-scenes moments started circulating, Bryan helping Sonia adjust her mic, both laughing uncontrollably between takes, or that one time during a movie premiere when he offered her his jacket because she felt cold. None of those seemed serious back then, but in the new context, everything looked like hints. People started saying, "He's been showing US signs since day one, we just didn't notice." Others compared it to famous Nollywood love stories that started exactly like this, two stars with undeniable chemistry who kept denying anything was going on until the truth finally surfaced. But the drama wasn't one-sided. Some fans loyal to Maurice Sam, who has often been linked to Sonia, didn't take Bryan's statement lightly. They began dragging him online, saying he was overstepping and creating unnecessary noise. "Respect boundaries," one angry comment read. "Sonia's heart is already taken." But Bryan's supporters clapped back immediately, saying he didn't say anything wrong and that complimenting someone's aura isn't a crime. "He spoke truth," one comment said. "Sonia really does light up rooms. Don't be jealous." The comment sections became battlefield of opinions, each one hotter than the last. Then came the memes, thousands of them. Bryan's face smiling with captions like, "When she walks in, the light changes." Another showed Sonia walking into a movie premiere with glowing filters and the caption, "Room lit." Bryan, speechless. The humor didn't stop the buzz, it fueled it even more. Every comedian, gossip vlogger, and podcast host joined the conversation. One online host said, "That line will go down in Hollywood history. Simple, smooth, but powerful." Another laughed, "Bryan didn't just light up rooms, he lit up the whole internet." At the same time, music pages started remixing Bryan's words into soundtracks. TikTok creators made short clips where they mouthed his line with dramatic effects, turning the phrase, "she lights up any room," into a viral sound. Couples began using it to describe their partners. The quote had officially gone from simple compliment to cultural phenomenon. But the plot thickened when Bryan posted an Instagram story 3 days later showing a candlelit dinner with the caption, "Some lights are worth keeping." He didn't tag anyone, but the internet needed no further clues. Comments went insane, "Don't tell me Sonia was there. This man is playing with our emotions." Screenshots of that story spread faster than wildfire, and blogs labeled it the most romantic mystery of the week. People were convinced that even if they weren't officially dating, something emotional was brewing. Sonia, still the queen of silence, went live on Instagram later that week. Her fans flooded the chat with heart emojis and endless questions, begging her to talk about Bryan. She laughed softly, shaking her head, and said, "Bryan is a wonderful human being, and that's all I'll say about that." That smile afterward. It broke the internet. Every gossip outlet replayed that exact 2-second smile in slow motion like it held a hidden confession. Comments poured in, "That smile says everything. She's glowing, and we all know why." It became impossible to ignore. The public had decided that Bryan's words had already written the next big Nollywood love story. As the frenzy continued, some insiders started whispering that directors were already planning to cast them together again because their chemistry was now box office gold. Even advertisers wanted them as brand ambassadors for Radiance and Light campaigns. It was insane. That one line, "she lights up any room," had become not just gossip but marketing power. Bryan had unknowingly turned Sonia into the face of a new wave of admiration, and everyone wanted a piece of that energy. Of course, haters tried to kill the vibe, saying the whole thing was orchestrated. Publicity stunt, they called it. But those who truly watched the clip knew there was nothing fake about Bryan's tone. It wasn't an actor reading a line, it was a man caught off guard by how deeply he admired someone. Even professional body language analysts on TikTok jumped in, saying his micro-expressions told a story of sincerity. "You can't fake that eye softness," one expert said in a viral breakdown video. The more people analyzed, the more magical it seemed. And now, whenever Sonia enters an event, fans chant, light up the room as she walks by. She's embraced the phrase, sometimes captioning her posts with little emojis of light bulbs and sunshine, clearly aware that the world has attached that aura to her. Meanwhile, Bryan continues to play it cool, rarely addressing the topic directly but always dropping subtle captions that sound poetic enough to keep people guessing. Some lights are unforgettable, energy speaks louder than words, when you meet real warmth, you never forget it, each one sparking another round of online chaos. At this point, it's no longer just a gist, it's a movement. A single compliment turned into a trend, a cultural moment, and possibly the birth of Nollywood's next favorite pairing. Whether they are actually together or just giving fans the best slow-burn chemistry of the year, one thing is clear, Bryan's words have permanently changed the way people see Sonia. She's now the standard, the aura, the energy everyone wants to emulate. Fans have written, Bryan spoke for all of us. Sonia is that woman. Another said, he didn't just compliment her, he honored her. Someone else added, every man should learn from Bryan, say it with your chest. Even global media outlets picked up the story, calling it one of the most natural viral celebrity moments of 2025. And honestly, they are not wrong. In a world where scandals and drama often overshadow real admiration, Bryan Okwara's simple, heartfelt compliment reminded everyone that sincerity still stirs hearts. He might not have realized it at that moment, but he gifted Sonia Uche an eternal quote that will follow her career forever. She will always be the woman who lights up any room, and that, in itself, is pure legacy. So as fans continue to ship, laugh, debate, and celebrate this unexpected love storm, one thing remains constant, this gist isn't dying anytime soon. Every time Bryan and Sonia appear in the same sentence, the internet catches fire all over again. Every new project, every event, every subtle glance reignites the whole frenzy. And that's the power of words, the power of timing, and the unstoppable energy of two people who may not even realize how magnetic they are together. So if you're watching right now, just know you're witnessing gist history. This isn't just another rumor, it's a phenomenon, one line, one spark, one endless wave of emotion and obsession. And you already know where to get every update, every angle, every drop of gist first, right here. This is GistF TV, where gist lives loud, drops hot, and never sleeps. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now, turn on your notifications, and stay locked in, because with GistF TV, every gist hits harder, every story shines brighter, and every drop leaves the internet shaking. Until next time, keep your eyes on the stars and your mind on the gist, because this fire isn't going out anytime soon.